Honestly, Dante was getting on my nerves today. Like, he really was. I don't blame Michael for not admitting to a damn thing. Do I think Michael shot Drew? No. Do I think he planted that gun on Willow? Possible. Do I care? No. I hope he did. Um, because Willow has been diabolical as hell lately. Like, every little scheme Drew wants to cook up to put Michael away, Willow has been cool with it. So I agree with Michael 1,000%. Dante is underestimating Willow. You know, and it's so funny how he sit here and want to say Michael has changed since he came back from Germany. Who the hell wouldn't change? Michael has been through a lot of shit. Like, dude has been through a lot of shit recently. Not even just recently, like just throughout the years, from childhood to teenage years to adulthood. Like, dude has been through the ringer. I'm surprised that he's not a crazy psychopath. Like, he's not a serial killer. Like, I'm surprised by that. Like, seriously. Because all the stuff he's been through, that shit would drive anybody over the edge. So the fact that he's semi-normal, like he's a functioning adult, speaks volumes. Like, he's that calculated, that smart. You know, it speaks volumes. Because God knows anybody else would have been off their rocker by now with all that crazy stuff going on. Especially what happened to him in prison. What? I'm surprised his mind ain't totally screwed. And I can't stand how people, especially Dante, throwing that Claudia stuff in his face. Oh, you know, you got a history of violence. No, he don't. No, he don't. Like, that's something that seriously annoys me. Like, that man was protecting his mother and sister. And every little chance people get, they want to throw that little indiscretion in his face and try to twist it to fit their narrative, to just prove their point, which it doesn't really prove your point. It's not like he goes around assaulting people, harming people. He doesn't go around doing that. It was one little isolated incident. I definitely feel like Dante's underestimating Willow. He's underestimating her. And what Michael said was so true. Yeah, he's changed. He's come back colder. Absolutely, he's changed. But Willow has changed too. She's not that sweet young woman that everybody thought she was. That little school teacher she used to be when she came to town. She's anything but that. She's not that anymore. She's turned into something way different. So I don't blame Michael. And for Dante to question the whole Daisy situation, feeling like Michael could have lied about that too. Like, are you serious, Dante? Do you hear yourself? You really think Michael gonna lie about something like that? Just because he can't stand Willow at this moment? Like, really? Dante's an idiot. Just a complete idiot. And then gonna sit there talking about, oh, just turn yourself in. I am so glad Michael had that man stumped. Because Michael was like, yeah, didn't I listen to you last time and turn myself in? And look what happened. I got sent to prison. Like, for real. Michael was like, I ain't listening to your ass no more. I am not taking your advice ever again. Dante, oh, I feel bad about that. I'm always going to regret that. Well, yeah, well, you may always regret it, but Michael always going to feel it. That's something that he could never live down. Him going to prison and what happened to him in prison, it's going to haunt him for the rest of his life. And I was super annoyed that Lucy and Lulu was in the background listening in on their conversation. I said, that's the last two people you want listening. Hell no, you do not want them two listening in on your conversation, running their little mouth. Especially Lulu. And Lucy, of all people, the town gossip. You know Lucy like to run her flap. So yeah, if I was Michael, I wouldn't cop to a damn thing, because at the end of the day, they have nothing on him. They can't prove that he planted that gun. They can't prove he shot Drew. So I would just deny, and laugh in their face while I'm doing it. Like, honestly, what they can't do nothing to you. They have nothing. So anyway, moving on from that, I was so impressed with Carly. I was impressed. Usually, hearing certain news, Carly would go apeshit. Homegirl would not hold her tongue for a moment. Like, she would be going off. But I could see she finally playing chess right about now. I said, okay. She been maintaining her composure on this situation. I like the way she handled that whole conversation with Jack. You know, keeping up the facade and whatnot, making him think everything cool. Because he was like, "Oh, where the flowers I sent you?" She said, "Yeah, I threw them away." But I like how she covered that up. She was like, "Yeah, I dropped them by accident. They were ruined, so I had to throw them. I had to toss them out." So I love how she dealt with that, like getting all up in his face about keeping secrets from her and her not thinking she could be with somebody who does that. And, you know, him sitting there talking about some, "Oh, I'm not keeping anything else from you." She was like, "So you gonna be honest with me if there's something involving my kid or whatever?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try to, at the very least." Um, she was setting that sucker up. And I love the way she kept her composure. Cause I know deep down it was super hard for Carly to do. Cause I know she wanted to spaz on his ass. I could see it all in her face after. Whenever she wasn't looking at him, you could see the anger on her face. Like, it was taking everything in her not to cuss him out. Like, she held her shit together, and I was impressed. Cause the Carly of old would have never. She would have cussed him out as soon as he walked through the door. So the fact she was able to do that, I said okay. Cause Carly got a little plan in mind. I was wondering what she was doing at first when she called Spinelli talking about she needed a new identity and she needed to pass an extensive background, like make sure nothing comes up in her background or whatever. I said, "What the hell are you up to?" Then I remembered there was a promo of a brunette or a dark-haired lady sitting with Valentine. I said, "Oh, that's what she about to do. She about to go visit Valentine, and naturally she doesn't want anybody, especially Jack, finding out it was her that went to go visit. That's why she need to be all undercover and shit." Because Valentine did look surprised in a promo who was sitting across from him. So I was like, "Who the hell visiting you?" Now it makes sense. Okay. I see you, Carly. I see you. I like it. Hopefully, she could pull whatever it is she trying to do off without being detected. But I like this. I like her being all covert and shit. I'm here for it. Carly ain't about to play no games. Jack Brendan about to find out something real quick. I like it. He about to see Carly in action soon. Carly ain't about to play with his ass. So anyway, moving on from that. Listen, Nathan was hilarious to me because Martin and Willow, they was all surprised when they found out that Nina and Willow, their cases were now separate, because Martin thought that him and Marco would be working together on this whole bail situation or whatever, trying to make sure that the story stays straight and whatever. But they were surprised as hell when they found out that they were being tried separately, that the cases were no longer joint cases. They were trying to figure out what the hell was going on. Like, Martin was just as surprised. He was like, "What the hell going on here?" So when Nina came up in there, I love how Nathan did not give a damn. Nathan was like, "Listen, fuck Willow. You need to save yourself. Never mind her." And sure enough, Nina was like, "Oh, I plead guilty." Molly was like, they worked out a deal where she will serve a 1-year probation. She'll get a $10,000 fine. I said, oh. They got her on a new charge, making false statement. I said, okay. Willow was pissed. She said, what? Drew was like, "Oh, you bitch." He said, "Nina, you bitch." I said, not in open court, you calling her a bitch. I said, now, Judge, why you not sanctioning him? You should be holding his ass in contempt. But then again, can't go up against a congressman. But that shit was hilarious. Nina did what the hell Nina had to do. And my whole thing was, it was super funny because how the hell is Willow gonna get mad at Nina no longer holding up the alibi that you didn't want to begin with? She was pissed at Nina at first for even creating that alibi. Now you're mad because she's taking it back? How ironic. Mad at her for taking something back that you never wanted. Nutball. Nina did what the hell Nina had to do. Listen, save your damn self at this point. Fuck Willow. So Willow case came up. So now it's time for her to plead. She pled not guilty. Molly wanted her remanded to Pentonville because she was like, we request that bail be denied. And Martin tried to make a case for her, a plea for her, trying to say, she's pretty much a pillar of the community. She's a nurse. She got deep ties to the community because her kids are there. But Molly was like, nope, her mother got money. She could get her out of the country if she wanted to. So the judge agreed. The judge was like, yep. She gonna go to Pentonville. We're gonna deny her bail. I was happy as shit. I said, good for you, Judge. Deny her shit. She was flipping out. She was so mad. Flipping out at Nina, telling her, oh, just stay out of my life, leave me alone. Begging Drew to help her. I was like, yep, drag her ass out of here like the lunatic she is. Cause Nina was like, oh, I'm gonna make it up to you, or I'm gonna let you know, talk to you later and tell you why I did it. I'm trying to help you. I don't see how you trying to help her. I mean, Nina had no choice though. They got you on video. Like, they legit have you on video at your building at that time. And it's not a fake. They could authenticate the video. So if she would have kept that lie, she definitely would have been going to prison. Ain't no question. You would have been going to prison. You better be glad all you had is a 1-year probation and a $10,000 fine. Better be happy. Cause I would have skipped my ass on up out of there. And Martin was like, listen, I was only your attorney for the bail hearing. He said, after this, you need to go find you a criminal defense attorney. Like, just straight up left Willow high and dry, and I'm happy about it. Good for her. You reap what you sow. Hope you have fun in Pentonville. Better make yourself look unattractive, because them girls gonna get on you up in there. I'm just saying, cute little thing like her. Them girls gonna be on you. So anyway, moving on from that. So now we got this damn tea party at the Q's. BLQ done invited Port Charles elite, the high society, to come through. Who was up there? Felicia, Lucy, Aunt Stella, Portia, Jordan, Liz was there. Lulu ended up showing up because Lulu had bumped into Martin at the courthouse and told him about it. And he came up with some bullshit reason to come to the mansion talking about Lulu forgot her phone at the courthouse. Lulu said, that's not my phone. He definitely wanted to come there. He came up with that stupid ass excuse. And when he met Ronnie knew who he was. Because she was acting very strange after she met him when he left. I said, they know each other. This definitely a scheme. I seen it as soon as they saw each other. I say, yep, I'm confirmed. It confirmed it for me. The way they was looking at each other and acting, I say, yep, it's a scheme. Y'all plotting. And the way Ronnie was sitting there tapping that damn tea thing, tapping the tea kettle, that spoon or whatever, Tracy was pissed. She said, do not break my mother's tea kettle or her teacup stuff. Like, don't break her shit. She was like, oh, who cares? I said, oh, you drunk. But before she even got drunk, she was introduced to Portia and Jordan and all them. Portia was acting funny. And Portia came up in there with her nonsense when Ronnie told Jordan that she was too beautiful or gorgeous to be single. That shit pissed me off because Portia didn't have to go there. Portia was like, oh, she won't be single for long. Was that necessary, Portia? That was not necessary, sweetheart. It wasn't necessary for you to do all that. That's how I felt. It just totally uncalled for. This is not the place to, try to be snarky and be funny. I mean, I'm here for it a little bit because, there's drama, so. But she would have got a beat down. She better be lucky she pregnant. And Jordan took notice of her, too. Because the whole time at the tea party, she, wouldn't eat any food because she told Liz that she was having morning sickness. So Jordan noticed that she wasn't eating no food, like especially the salmon crackers or whatever they had. She wasn't trying to eat none of that stuff, and she was looking queasy and all that. Jordan knew because obviously Jordan would know she's a woman, and plus she was pregnant before, so she know the signs. So when Portia ran out of there, Jordan confronted her and was like, you pregnant? She caught that shit quick. She said, oh, you pregnant? And that's the last thing Portia want is for Jordan to know about it. Because once Jordan know, it's only a matter of time before Curtis know. Because she can't keep that secret for long. But she wanted to wait until she knew who the father was. I'm like, you gonna have to be pregnant for a little minute to find that out. Because I believe you could still find out through an amniotesis. Like, you don't have to wait until the baby born, but you could do like an amnio test. and they could extract DNA like that from the fetus. But I would think that you would have to wait a little further along in your pregnancy to do that, because I believe she's still in the first trimester. So how long does she think she could wait, like, before she start showing? Because it's going to be noticeable. Like, Jordan noticed that shit within 5 minutes. You know Curtis and them going to notice at some point. They may not notice your queasiness or whatever, but they damn sure going to notice the baby belly. I'm just saying, like, especially once you hit like 2-3 months, you're gonna have a little bump. Like, they're gonna notice the weight gain. She might as well just take it to Curtis and just let him know, like, listen, you did to do with Isaiah. It is what it is. I mean, y'all was separated or getting a divorce at that point anyway, or y'all been knew y'all was getting a divorce. Either way, you did what you did. Own it. Let him know so y'all can go get the test. But another part of her don't want him to know, because she know it's probably gonna lead to a fight, to a custody battle. She ain't got time to be going through all that. But at least, you know, you cross that bridge when you get there. Get the paternity test first. You know what I'm saying? Know what you dealing with first. But I would at least tell him and Isaiah. You know, even though I know she don't want no big mess, but listen, it's too late for that. It's messy. So Ronnie was up in here getting drunk, BLQ, and everybody started noticing that she was drunk. She got drunk quick as shit. I was like, damn, you been spiking your drink that fast? Like, you got buzzed that damn quick? Like, she was pissy drunk. I'm like, well, damn, what time did you start drinking? The tea party just started. Like, what the hell you put in it? Because that was fast. So they was trying to get her some water and stuff like that. She was just acting up. Talking about, oh, kick y'all shoes off and all that. This is my house. This, and kick your shoes off. Do whatever y'all want to do. I said, oh, she lit. Homegirl was lit. I said, that ain't Ronnie. That's Nikki Smith coming out of her. One of Victoria Lore's old alter egos. Nikki Smith was a trip on One Life to Live. Like, oh, God. Somebody need to do a compilation of Nikki Smith scenes, because homegirl was wild. And that was definitely Nikki Smith coming out of her, because she was just drunk as a skunk, acting up. And she went off on Tracy. Like, she was going off on Tracy, telling her that she uppity and rigid or frigid or something like that, and talking about she undersexed. I said, not undersexed. I said, damn, Tracy, she clocking your shit. She trying to say you don't get nothing. She said, you need to go get you a young man and go get that taken care of. The way Aunt Stella dropped that teacup, I said, damn, Aunt Stella, you done broke Lila teacup. Like, she ain't had no choice but to drop that shit. Homegirl was just airing that shit out. Tracy was just all type of befuddled. Tracy ain't know what to do. But you know what? Tracy, she wanted that party to be a hot mess, because Tracy wanted to prove that Ronnie didn't belong. She knew that Ronnie couldn't handle being around ladies like that, high society. She wanted to clock it. She wanted to put it out there. She wanted Ronnie to act the fool at that party and not be accepted, and to show people that she's not accepted, to show Ronnie that she need to pack up and go. That's exactly what Tracy wanted, but Tracy didn't know how far Ronnie was going to take it. Ronnie took it there. Ronnie was not playing with it. That shit was funny as hell. That scene was too funny. I enjoyed this episode. This was such a fun ass episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it.